With so many choices today, finding the right business consultant can be tricky, but it really doesn't have to be. There are several questions you can ask to really narrow down your choices. Today's local expert on business consulting will share some inside tips on what to look for when searching for the right business professional.
Okay. Awesome. And there you are.
There I am. Yes, I have any questions, email, call, and then go from there.
Okay. Now let's get into the skinny. The two questions that we always ask. How is the pandemic, pre-pandemic, during, and after? So we're going to get into the during, like right now. And then the second question is, what going forward are your plans to grow? So we'll start with the first one is, what has the pandemic done either for your business or against your business? How has it changed?
Yeah, it's actually surprising because the expectation is you hear pandemic and you're thinking everything's going down. I mean, you're thinking we're going to be out of business. Just like everyone else, you're going to just panic. And I think that's what a lot of us are probably expecting, but what's happened ironically is the reverse. Like probably a couple of companies, a couple of different niches, but I'll give you an example. For example, last month, our kind of results, our production numbers as a company as a whole was actually twice as much as it was the same time last year. And so we had a huge increase. I'm sorry, it was higher than it's been in over 2 years. So in terms of the production numbers that we had, last month's higher than it's been in over 2 years. And then this month, we're actually on track to even beat out last month from a production and growth standpoint. So that's been a surprise. Why is that? I would say probably because of Zoom. We haven't skipped a beat in terms of our ability to do presentations to prospective clients and even to the sales associates that we work with. It's changed for me personally because prior to this happening, now we've had Zoom specifically for well over a year. I mean, so a year, maybe a year and a half, we've actually had it as one of the benefits of being a Legal Shield associate is that we have these accounts where we have Zoom automatically embedded. Now, to be honest with you, I barely use it at all before this. It was there, but I'm kind of a more person. I wanted to, get in front of people, meet with them, and and it's just kind of how we did business. Even over the phone, I did a lot of stuff over the phone too, but not with the Zoom technology. Now, it hasn't been a choice, and sometimes, when things like this happen, we don't know it, but it's for our benefit in terms of forcing us to get better, right? To force us to become more innovative, to be able to adjust, to be able to adapt. We have even a book of the month that our organization does, and the book of the month for this month is Who Moved My Cheese, right? With us, Dr. Spencer Johnson, and it's like the cheese. Now, and the goal is the same, but obviously the way to get to the goal obviously now has changed. So I would say that is what, for us, the adjustments we've got to make. Everything now is online. So I used to host personally. We're here in Connecticut, downtown Hartford. We had a weekly seminar that we ran at a hotel. Like when this came down in March, in March, I mean, every meeting got canceled. We had a huge event that we're planning to have over 100 people at this event, and we had someone coming in from Arizona that was going to do a seminar for us. He's an author as well. Everything got canceled. And so immediately, just like that, because this was in place, we're able to convert the weekly event now as a weekly Zoom, and we actually have more attendance now because there's no restriction. So people from all over the state now can attend, even though it's virtually, because they don't have to worry about driving anywhere. People who had children that wanted to learn more about Legal Shield and they couldn't find a babysitter, well, they could, from the comfort of their home now, go into Zoom. We had a national convention that we're planning to have. We're going to go to Dallas, Texas. Thousands of people. Guess what? They moved that entire convention online. It wasn't Zoom. It's another estimate about 10,000 people were able to participate that because it was in everyone's homes, right? So you're in your home, your family's there, and and again, people will broadcast it out. So more people were actually able to participate and get the information because it was virtual. So again, it was not anything that anyone expected. To be honest with you, a lot of us in leadership, we pushed against doing things via Zoom because we're like, no, people need to come out. People need to be in front of each other. It's like, well, I guess they really don't have to because the numbers are showing, that, we'll be able to outproduce where we were before, thanks to the technology.
Well, yeah, I mean, I've been doing Zoom for the past 5 years, and not only for presentations like this slide, the slide deck that we just had. I'll read my slide decks and I'll record it, right, on a Zoom, because I got the cool background. But I record them and I put it into a webinar platform. So it's a live because you can press pause and answer questions in the question box, and I get them real time. And apparently somebody in Australia is starting to spread the word because I'm getting stuff at 3 in the morning. So, but I've been using Zoom, and going forward, I can take this presentation and divide it up into a certain amount of slides, where I couldn't if I were to visit you live. You know, break out the phone. You wouldn't be the same. Or a tablet. You're sitting there comfortably in front of your computer, and I'm showing you my presentation and answering questions in real time. That's where the benefit that I have. Plus, I mean, it's face to face. So, is it real? Yes. I mean, you gotta go and shake hands. Well, maybe not, but fist bump.
Right.
But over the past 5 years, I've learned that this is a more of an efficient and effective way to communicate when it comes to business, because I couldn't show you stuff that if I were to tell you, it would blow over your head. Nah. But if I'm showing you, oh, I didn't know, like I did during this presentation. Like, oh, I didn't know you could do that. Right. You know? So going forward, are you going to stay on the same track because of those numbers, or focus on the goal of combining the two tactics?
Yeah, that's an interesting question, and I'm not sure from a corporate standpoint. I mean, definitely our corporate office, they're reconsidering everything. Like, I mean, just based on the sheer results, like, you almost have to. Like, you have to look at, man, we thought that it would work this way, but, man, we could see that people are able to still get results, still stay engaged. So, I don't, you know, on a corporate level, they're still putting together, I mean, because obviously we have to see even when we're coming out of this. We don't know if it's next month, next year, who knows. Right. But in the meantime, I know for me personally, I'm definitely going to be keeping this as a method for sharing the information going forward, without a doubt. You know, how, you know, we will go back to live events, the number of live events we do, I don't know, like how that's, you know, going to change just as yet. But without a doubt, this is going to remain as one of the main ways that we're able to share the information on our services and our business with people in the community. And just like you're saying, in terms of efficiency, even like drive time. So even going, I used to do an event like an hour away every week, and so that's 2 hours round trip. Now I get that 2 hours back. I'm able to be here with my family. You might hear my kids screaming in the background running around.
They haven't photobombed you yet.
Yeah, I got a lot in the door for them. So, yeah, so you know, so again, from even an efficiency standpoint, you know, there's definitely going to be ways that we will still maintain and utilize Zoom going forward. In many cases, right? Not to say that there's not ever going to be live events, but this is definitely going to change the process for us.
Program that we have given away, and it's so powerful that most companies are, you know, they've gotten rid of their employees, so what do I do now? Most of the people that aren't engaged in Zoom, they're out there, and they're going, shrugging their shoulders, going, okay, I've got my $1,200 check from the government, now what? I'll pay your bills, now what? And that's why we created this little forum, so that you know, you're an expert at what you do, you know, and that's what I hope to inspire the people that are going, now what? And this is for the purposes of their quote unquote staff that they're going to hire or rehire, because let's face it, companies can't afford to do coaching or training right now. They've got to hit the ground running, and they can't afford to hire somebody that's going to be, slacking and cost them money. They need to make money right now. And this is a method where they can have a staff meeting and everybody go and know their role, right? Know their job. I'm an old football player, so I liken it to, hey, last year when Brady was going to pass to the right, he knows what's going on behind him. He knows the blockers are saving his blind side without even looking. And that's what these things do. For every kind of aspect in a business. The SOPs, the standard operating procedures, a lot of people don't have that mapped out, and I've gotten a lot of people that don't have like a procedure on how they're going to hire. So they're going, well, I know what I'm looking for, but it's not written out. They're interviewing people, and so what we have is a number of templates. So, once you get in here, you can go down the list and go, oh, I need this, the application funnel. And it's got a video to show you what you're looking at. So it leads you, so that they can, if I give them a copy in their portal, that they're able to white label, then they can customize it for themselves, so that on into the future they can adjust it, but they have something there for a retiree or somebody that left the business or somebody that was fired, for the next person to come in, look at the map, and hit the ground running. Right. Most small businesses don't have something like this, and that's why it's powerful, because it's there, and it's for the long term, and anybody can access it, and you can divide it out. If you have a sales department, if you have an HR department, if you have the VP that's the VP of marketing, he has all of the people in marketing, and the directors have what they're responsible for. But overall, it's different than a PowerPoint. PowerPoint is like telling a story. Hey, story time. Oh, awesome story. I got my juice box. These are like, okay, these are my objections. So when I'm on a phone call, not interested, well, here's my response, right? That's what a lot of my current clients say the first time I called. So it knocks you off kilter. You're expecting to hear, oh, I'm sorry to bother you, sir. Oh, did I call at a bad time? You're not interested? Right? So if you can read, you can sell. So I've got all the objection handling all here. Whatever they say as an objection, it's right here. Right. I'm too busy. That's why I called. What? And the only part you're going to get to is the next meeting. And the next meeting is, okay, we're going to do a discovery call. Here's the discovery call questions. Great. The next meeting is we're going to recommend you stuff that you can do in your business as if I were the owner. So I'm the owner now, and I'm going to tell you what's out there that you didn't know, and also to what your customers are doing that you didn't know they're doing, and that's why they're whipping your butt.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, you got to have a system in place, right? So again, automate that training process as much as possible. Obviously, at some point you need a little bit of hands-on, but it's good to have at least that structure, the foundation there, to give them something to focus on.
Hard to believe it, but with the right professional, the vision is always clear and focused. Ready to learn more? You can reach today's expert by calling the number on your screen. See you next time.